The continuing story of Peyton Place. Starring Dorothy Malone as Constance Mackenzie, Warner Anderson as Matthew Swain, Ed Nelson as Michael Rossi, and Mia Farrow as Allison Mackenzie.
On a sunny morning almost 300 years ago, a young woman was drummed across this square to do public penance in the pillory. Afterwards, they shaved her head and sent her out of town forever. Well, like every girl in today's Peyton Place, Betty Anderson has heard this story many times. But knowing it didn't stop her from giving her love.
Morning, Betty.
Hello, Allison.
You're looking at that as though it's the first time you've ever seen it.
Was I?
Yes, you were.
Maybe I was. Why do they keep it here?
Oh, visitors. Summer tourists, I guess.
Not for us?
What do you mean?
Well, we see it too. We see it every day. We never think about it. Do you, Allison?
Well, not exactly. I mean, I know it's here.
So did I. See you, Allison.
Aren't you coming to school?
Not today. Bye, Allison.
Goodbye.
Taxi lady?
Oh, hi.
Hop in.
I've got to go to school.
Service with a smile. Drive you straight to the door.
It's out of your way.
Yeah, maiden, your way is my way. Didn't you know that? You know what I did this morning? First thing when I woke up? No, it was second. First I brushed my teeth. I'm very hygienic. I said, Allison Mackenzie. Just like that. Allison Mackenzie.
That's amazing.
Isn't it? You know what I said next?
I wouldn't dare guess.
I said, you've got a date with her. At least you think you've got a date with her. The big deal right now is make sure she remembers. Right? Right, so here I am.
Why wouldn't I remember?
I was a little shook up last night, Alice. I wouldn't blame you if you just said forget it.
I was a little shook up, too.
And it's a deal?
There's just one thing. Betty Anderson.
Past tense. What's wrong?
You make it sound so casual.
About Betty?
Yes, I thought...
No. It's not casual, Allison. It's just over. I talk that way, Allison. A little flip. Defense mechanism. Come on, hop in. Norman can clue you in on how to handle me.
Are you gonna need handling?
Not at 8:45 in the morning. I don't really get going until about noon. Were you ever treated by Dr. Brooks?
Yes.
Recently?
Well, not for years, just childhood diseases. I wish this were one.
I haven't examined you yet.
I told you how I feel.
I'll see if I can find your medical history.
I must be one of your first patients here.
Yes.
Welcome to our Puritan village.
Well, I'm no Puritan.
Did you happen to notice that thing in the square down there? That wooden thing with the holes for the arms and the head?
You mean the pillory?
That's how they used to punish people.
Well, that's 200 years ago. Times change.
That's what you think now, Dr. Rossi. You change your mind if you stay here in Peyton Place. Good morning, Doctor.
Good morning, Mrs. Brooks.
Oh, good morning, Betty.
Good morning, Mrs. Brooks.
Would you look and see if you can find me the medical history of Miss Anderson?
Yes, certainly.
What is Mrs. Brooks doing here?
Well, she's acting as my assistant.
She's Rodney's aunt.
Well, Mrs. Brooks is a nurse. She was married to the doctor here.
Here you are, Doctor.
Oh, thank you.
Do you want me to stay?
No, not just yet, thank you.
All right.
Come in and sit down.
I can't stay. I don't know why he came to you.
It's probably because I'm the new doctor.
I didn't realize she'd be here.
Mrs. Brooks is a nurse.
Maybe I'll come back some other time. Can you tell Mrs. Brooks I was here for maybe a headache or something?
Well, I don't have to tell her anything. Betty, have you talked to anybody about this at all?
No.
Your parents or the minister?
Can he tell me?
I don't know, but there's so many other things. Why don't you go and find out?
I don't know. I don't know what I'll do.
Well, I got in a little early this morning.
Well, I was a little bit late.
Have you made up your mind?
About what?
Well, about staying on as my assistant, at least for the time being.
Oh, that.
Well, it came a little impulsively.
Well, I have thought about it, and I would like to help you for as long as you might need me.
Well, I'm grateful.
So am I. Another doctor might not like the widow of the former doctor around.
Well, I don't see why.
Well, there could be several reasons. But I like the fact that you don't know why.
Well, what do we have scheduled for the day, huh?
A few house calls. I'll have to drive you until you know your way around.
Oh, good. Fine.
I did not break the binding.
you like it?
Well, I wouldn't recommend it for children.
I was hoping it would be banned in Boston myself.
Well, you know how I feel about censorship.
How far do you think it'll go, Matt?
Well, not too far, I hope. They say it depends on the good sense of the American people.
And that'll be 30 cents.
There's no use complaining about a commodity as long as people flock to buy it. I'd rather complain about the people. Of course, I read that from cover to cover. You look tired, Connie.
I'm just worried, Matt.
Constance, suppose I try non-fiction for a change.
That's a good idea, Francis.
Has he been in again?
Who?
Dr. Rossi?
No, but he looked in. I know he was trying to place me.
I've been thinking about that.
Yes, so have I, if he remembers.
What if he does? I'd trust Rossi.
Well, I can't.
I trust him, instinctively.
Constance, would I like a book about the French Revolution?
You'd love it, Francis. All those heads rolling.
Well, then I think I'll take it. All right. You are. When are you going to write a book, Matt?
Oh, one of these days, one of these days.
My, you both look very serious this morning. It's too lovely a day to look serious.
It is a lovely day.
Well, goodbye, all. Bye, Francis.
Connie, she's almost 18. She's bright, she's sensitive, and she loves you.
Yes, I don't want that to change, Matt.
Connie, would it change if you told her the circumstances of her birth? Are you sure she wouldn't understand all you've given up? Sure she wouldn't love you more?
I can't do it, Matt. I know I can't.
Think about what would happen if she found out from anyone but you.
Afternoon, Mrs. Harrington.
Why, Mrs. Harrington, how nice to see you.
How are you, Julie? Is my husband in?
I'll tell him you're here.
Don't bother. I haven't much time, Leslie. Now, what was so important?
This has to be signed today.
Couldn't it wait? You know I'm driving to the hospital to see Father this afternoon. I wanted to be back before 5.
You can't have it both ways, Catherine.
Have what both ways?
As long as your father hangs on to ownership, you'll have to sign papers for him.
I'll tell him. You sent your love.
You can also tell him the first quarter report is in. We're up 7%.
Father will be delighted, I'm sure.
When will you be back?
In time for dinner. Goodbye, Leslie.
Goodbye, Julie. Goodbye, Mrs. Harrington. Les, did Rod say anything to her?
What's there to say?
Well, he saw us.
He saw a kiss, that's all. Nothing more, a kiss.
But what did he think?
I tried to explain to him, he just wouldn't believe me. Why shouldn't he believe me? Look, Rod won't say anything. He's my son. He won't cause me trouble.
There is trouble, Les.
What?
My daughter.
Oh.
He broke up with her.
Yes, I know. He told me.
It's our fault, Les.
He'll start seeing her again.
Yes, I'm afraid of that now.
Well, then discourage her.
Oh, Les, don't you understand? She's my daughter. I want her to be happy. So what are we going to do?